Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Kellen here with Droid Life. You can see in front of me, it's now official. This is the Droid Turbo. So Verizon and Motorola announced this guy this morning. Wasn't a lot of surprises, but yeah, we now have one in hand. Thought we'd do a quick unboxing, talk specs, boot it up, show you guys what it looks like, and then we'll start talking comparisons to last year's and maybe the Moto X and do some other things. But first, let's go and unbox it so we've got one in hand. Before we get there though, you are looking at $199 on contract for either the metallized red, metallized black, or ballistic nylon versions with 32 gig of storage. There's also a 64 gig version that only comes in ballistic black. That's what I've got here. That will run $249 on contract. Off contract, I believe we're still looking at $599 for the 32 gig version. So Droid branding there, but you'll notice the sort of gray box that we've had with Droid phones for a long time is kind of gone. So much more toned down. We also thought we saw a leaked boot animation the other day, and it seemed to miss the Droid eye. So we'll figure that out when we boot up. So unbox here. And there is the device. So we'll slide that out. I'm just gonna set that down real quick. See what else. You may remember last year they did a partnership with Ingress, and that is gone now. So there is turbocharger. So the device, which we've talked about, is capable of supporting Motorola's turbocharger, which can give you 8 hours of battery in about 15 minutes time. So these work with the new Nexus 6 as well and the new Moto X. And they run like 35 bucks if you buy them individually. So kind of cool that they give you one with the Droid Turbo USB cable. So that's pretty much it. This just looks like a big thick thing of user guides. So we'll stack all the boxes away. Here is your device. So again, this is the ballistic black version, and I don't know if you can pick this up, but this is the 64 gig edition. It actually says that right there. There's a little red line that says 64 gig. So if you have the 32 gig, I think it just says Droid. There's no special red, so the red's kind of a special edition. So let's take a tour. Most notably, the back here is the new nylon, ballistic nylon. So not necessarily the Kevlar. You still kind of get a little bit of that pattern, but to me it seems a lot more toned down, a lot prettier than previous models. 21 megapixel camera up top there, dual flash. Again, that Droid branding, sort of slumped nose, if you will, there. Headphone jack up top. Flip it around, you got a 5.2 inch quad HD display, so that's 2560 by 1440. And I believe the pixels per inch is around 565. I'll have to confirm that. 2.7 gigahertz quad-core Snapdragon 805 processor on the inside, which is basically the latest and greatest. Same thing with the display, which by the way is AMOLED. And you got 3 gig of RAM, 3,900 milliamp hour battery on the inside that should last for upwards of 2 days. It is this is one of the most highly spec devices we have ever seen. So you do have capacitive buttons there on the bottom, that is confirmed, so no on-screen buttons. Devices, let's see, the metallized versions are, I believe, about 10.6 millimeters thick, and this ballistic version is slightly thicker. It's about 11. So that is kind of a tour. Let's fire it up. And let's see if we get the Droid eye. I do not believe we're going to. So, oh, there we go. I don't even know if it's going to say Droid. It didn't. So no Droid eye, and it didn't say Droid, which is kind of interesting. And then it boots into basically Motorola's stock version of Android. So let's see if we can whip through this as quickly as possible. Device, 2 megapixel front camera there, speaker up top. I will say the device feels in hand, it's not small, even 5.2 inches because they added these capacitive buttons. Definitely adds some size there, but it's not huge. We're not talking Nexus 6 or No 4 range. Also not small, not last year's Moto X or Xperia Z3 small. Not bad in hand though. Definitely has a nice sort of curve to the back. And this ballistic nylon, I keep screwing that up. This it actually feels kind of cool. So it's supposed to offer protection. It also kind of wraps up around the bottom. You can see there. And we're still activating for some reason. Just ignore that phone number, please. Still going. Skip all the Verizon things. Thank you. Nope, I don't have a Google account either. Nope. And done. All right, so we've booted up, and there's some Droid wallpapers. There's that clock, which we've become familiar with, new animation with over the last couple of Droids. So yeah, basically you're looking at stock Android, and it's just been touched up. You'll see the Moto suite of apps there from Motorola. So it's basically stock Android 4.4.4, and then you have Motorola's sort of add-ons over top of it, like Moto Voice, Moto Display, and Moto Assist and Moto Actions. So it's just like a Moto X, it's just got a really big battery and looks like a Droid. Capacitive buttons, so you can still do the swipe up. I don't know if you guys knew this if you didn't have a Moto or a Droid Max last year, but you long press just for a second on home, then you can swipe into Google Now. So there is still a way to do it, just a little bit different experience there. Anyways, actually let's boot up the camera real quick. So 21 megapixel camera. Little tutorial there, thank you. Snap a photo. Now, when I was playing with this in the demo room, I thought it was a little slow, so we'll have to test that. Obviously, these are big photos, so there's a little bit of delay there. It's not incredibly slow, but not the fastest camera on earth. Anyways, we're gonna take this for a tour, test the battery, throw our SIM card in it, all that stuff, and start cracking away on the review. So if you guys have comments or questions or want us to test anything in particular, we can certainly do that. But for now, we are Droid Life. This is the Droid Turbo. We're out. Peace.